absolute nutcase, like a few of you have mentioned in the room, a guy that you really don't know what you're going to get. He got traded for Bobby Jackson, the 2009 first-round pick, and a player named later. Actually, it was the 29th pick in the draft that the Houston Rockets selected. It's very interesting because, the Kings asked for Lamar Odom and for Ron Artest, and then they kind of get Bobby Jackson for him. So it's a very interesting situation there, how they kind of got, nothing, getting Bobby Jackson in return, a guy who contract will be done at the end of the year, isn't really much, in my opinion. But I think I think they like the draft pick, and I think they like the pick that's coming over in this trade. Ron Artest, talking about Ron Artest, Yao Ming and Luis Scola spent Wednesday morning furiously exchanging text messages and opinions after word of the deal broke out of Houston. Quote, "For some reason, I like Artest," Yao said, "because in the games we play against him, I hate him."
Whoa.
Yeah, so that means that he's tough. He's a tough competitor. He's a good defensive player, this and that. He also went on to say that I hope that he doesn't get into any more fights with the fans. That's the honest truth. He texts Scola saying that. He's a good player. Why should I not be excited, Scola said. He brings defense. He brings talent. He brings athleticism. There's a lot. I just want to make sure that the chemistry on the team is going to still be there. They keep saying they kept going about talking about making sure that they will have chemistry, they will have unity. I think it's very interesting how I can't understand how this stuff is printed on the internet. I mean, you talk about you can find anything on the internet. You find text messages.
Interesting.
From professional athletes. How the hell do you get this kind of information?
Wow.
It's insane.
Insane
in the membrane.
Double that.
So there's word there about the text messaging going on. Says he's very physical, could be very good for us. And Tracy McGrady, on the other hand, says that this is the happiest day of his life. This is the best thing that's ever happened, me being a Houston Rocket. And, it's a matter of Ron Artest is probably going to be good, but you don't know what you're going to get out of him off the field, of course. On the field, he's an intense guy, a guy who is solid, obviously, defensively, can bring you, 15 points a game. A very talented guy, but you just don't know what you can get out of this nutcase. I mean, he really is. He's a nut. You don't know what you're going to get out of him. And now Yao Ming, on the other hand, he's got to make sure that he stays healthy. He plays in the Olympic Games. He plays for China. And he gets very fatigued at the end of the year, and I think that's a big cause to why Houston hasn't been successful. Tracy McGrady, on the other hand, gets hurt every single year. I mean, he's got back injuries, he's got knee injuries, he's got shoulder injuries. And those are three big guys, obviously, now on this team. And, you put a mix in with a Shane Battier, it's a pretty good team. They got a nice makeup of guys on this team. Rick Adelman's got, I think, enough talent to get there. Now, the West Coast, the Western Conference is no doubt the best it's ever been. Houston was the fourth best team in the Western Conference last year. They got knocked out in 6 games against Utah last year. That's how good the Western Conference is. They went on and won 22 games in a row last year. I mean, they did some sick things, but I don't know, man. It's going to be very interesting.
Yeah, I can't wait to see the outcome of that.
Yeah. And the Lakers wanted him, but they weren't going to offer up Lamar Odom. So I think that's probably the best decision because you like I said, you don't know what you can add to Ron. We got the top 10 news of the day, Peter, and we're going to talk about the top 10 of the news. But before that, a couple did you notes. Joe Torre on pace to lose 83 games in his first season with the Dodgers. Okay. Never lost more than 70 in 12 seasons with the New York Yankees.
Interesting.
Isn't that something? He's 12 seasons in New York, and he never lost more than 70 games. That is amazing.
It tells you something.
It does. Also, this is a good story. You're going to like this one. Alex Rodriguez. For one spot, he was surrounded by too many women. Yes, Alex Rodriguez. The divorce-bound slugger and two male buddies left the Empire Hotel rooftop bar Wednesday night because he was, quote, being bothered. A source reports with a laugh. All the girls were harassing him. He spent the entire time text messaging. A waitress said that A-Rod wasn't on his best behavior. Supposedly all these girls were around him, and he didn't like it for some reason. We're talking about the same A-Rod? You know, the womanizer A-Rod?
Huh.
So what do you know there? Also, another did you know, Toronto's Roy Halladay has pitched 33 complete games since the start of the 2003 season. 33 complete games. There are only 8 other active Major League pitchers who have more than 33 in their careers. That is something else. Roy Halladay, another guy who was supposedly on the block, but Toronto quickly denied those rumors that he's going anywhere. Also, A.J. Burnett is another guy who was supposed to go somewhere, but they're not going to touch him either. We got the top 10 news of the week.
Talk to me.
Story number 10, Pete, you want to take it away?
Sure. Well, it says here Steve Bartman. Is that correct?
Yeah, do you remember this Steve Bartman guy? I know you like sports, but you're kind of a casual fan. So Steve Bartman was that guy that huge news on this guy. Moises Alou was under a catch, and he was going to make the catch foul territory. This fan reached over, a Chicago Cubs fan, reached over and hit the ball, and he couldn't catch the ball.
Right.
So now they're all over this guy. They're going to kill the guy.
Right.
So they went out, and they offered this guy $25,000.
All right.
To just come out and sign. One signature on, I think it was a, what do we have here? Something about, he was going to go to National Sports Collectors Convention in Rosemont and autograph a photograph of himself tipping a foul ball that seemed destined for Cub outfielder the Moises Alou. Just a picture, $25,000. Now, would you do that?
Absolutely.
You would, right?
Sure.
Yeah. I think mentally this dude is whacked out, and for good reason, because the entire media, the fans, they're gonna call the guy's name and hang him.
Wow.
Yeah. No, it was serious stuff back in '03. But he didn't go out for $25,000. They offered. I would have said, hey, give me $100,000. I'd come out. I'd seriously think about it. But who knows? What if he made the appearance and somebody killed him?
Right. Must have
Some psycho fan could have murdered the dude, right?
Yeah.
Then what?